Okay, we have been at your wedding reception now, and now we are waiting for your arrival. Your music selection has been put into a folder for easy access, so that way it's right at our fingertips as when we need it. Once you have arrived, the DJ will go out and line up your wedding party according to the information you provided on your agenda. Your wedding party will be given instructions where to go and what to do once they have been announced. Your entry music is played, and the wedding party is announced by entry by couple using their wedding titles. Example, bridesmaid, Karen Smith, and her escort, Billy Wise, groomsman. It is important to us that everyone's name is enunciated correctly, so going over this agenda is very essential. If you're ring bearer or your flower girl or toddlers, we'd like to announce the children with the parents of the bride and groom and allow them to either carry them in or walk them in. Otherwise, the children are instructed where to go. And then, of course, you have the grand entry, which is the bride and groom. Usually your guests have been waiting a while for you, and the caterers are ready to go. So after announcements, we can do either one of two things. We can do the toast immediately and then eat, or eat and after the last guest has been served, do the toast. This is really your preference. The best man traditionally makes the toast and is followed by the maid of honor or matron of honor. If you have a maid of honor and a matron of honor, the maid of honor goes first. When they have finished, the rest of your wedding party may make a toast as well. Low-profile dinner music is played during the meal. You have traditional non-vocal instrumental music or adult contemporary, which is soft vocal like Kelly Clarkson and Jim Brickman and Celine Dion. Or you have what I call nightclub dining music, such as jazz with artists like Louis Armstrong, Billie Holiday, Frank Sinatra, and Dean Martin. If you are doing a buffet style, the wedding party table is released first, followed by the parent table, or parent tables if you have designated them. It is most organized if the tables are numbered. This can be easily done by folding small squares of paper and writing a number on each one. The DJ will look for the final number when he or she arrives. Most importantly, it is important not to let your guests sit idle too long, so we try to keep the activities moving. Soon after dinner, you will cut the cake. This is done to music you selected. The significance of the cake cutting represents the beginning of a shared life. The bride and groom cut a slice of the cake, and they've cut it in half. The arms are interlocked for the exchanging of the cake. What happens after that is optional. Special dedications or speeches, such as thanking anyone that's helped with the wedding, maybe a family member made the cake, can be made at this time by either the DJ or the bride and groom can do it themselves. After the cake cutting, we move right into the first dance, father and daughter, the mother and son, and the bridal dance. You can add parent dances, grandparent dances, or any other special dances here. It's wise to do the anniversary dance after the dances. All married couples are asked up on the floor, and through a process of elimination, the couples are asked to leave the floor when they have not been married the number of years the DJ announces. Example, if you've been married 5 years or less, please sit down. The DJ will do this until he or she gets down to 1 or 2 couples. Then after, we'll ask everyone to slow dance to 1 or 2 songs and back to the activities. This keeps people from getting bored because the activities do take a while. If you are expecting a lot of children at your reception, you may want to think about a couple of things. A table lined with a roll paper accompanied with big crayons. Children may spend a lot of time at this table drawing versus running around the room. Second, you may want to do a candy throw, and if not a candy throw, maybe a small toy throw. The logic behind this is to keep the children from being underfoot during the bouquet and the garter toss. Let's talk about the bouquet and garter toss. These activities are best accomplished if the bride leaves her bouquet where it can be easily found. I say leave it with the DJ. That way you know right where it's at when the DJ announces it. If you are planning on doing a junior bouquet throw, it's best to do this before the adult throw. The junior throw is designed for girls 10 through 15. This reduces the chances of a young person catching the bouquet in the adult throw. The DJ will not do role reversal if the catcher is under 16 years old. This is followed by the garter removal, then the garter toss. If you have a hard time getting people to participate, ask the DJ for a microphone and feel free to call them up. A lot has changed in today's wedding reception. A lot of couples are opting to do the dash for cash versus your traditional dollar dance. The dash for cash is played to music that has to do with money. This activity is more successful if the bride and groom do this to a personal bet. The funnier the bet, the more successful. Such as, if he loses, he can't fish all summer, or if she loses, she's not allowed in Dillard's all year. How long the run is depends on how big your reception is. Example, if you have 300 to 400 guests reception, the run should last 10-15 minutes. If you have 200 or less, the run should last 5 to 10 minutes. The music is timed accordingly. An additional song or songs is played for the counting of the money. The maid of honor and the matron of honor and all the bridesmaids will run for the bride, and the best man and groomsman will run for the groom. Or the bride and groom can run for themselves. The groomsmen group together to count the cash they collected, and the bridesmaids group together to count the cash they collected. Each side separately giving their total to the DJ. The winner is announced, and who lost the bet. If you opt for the traditional dollar dance, you do not want your dollar dance to last more than 45 minutes, because that's where we lose a lot of guests. The maid of honor or the matron of honor and the best man are intended for this. They collect the money for the bride and groom as each person comes up and dances with them. If you have a long line, it is important to remember to move that line consistently. Each person should only be dancing with the bride and groom for 30 to 40 seconds tops. We think it's important to make sure that your guests are part of your day. That is why we think it's important to acknowledge any birthdays or anniversaries celebrating your wedding month. Finally, the back page leaves room for you to ask for specific songs to be played, such as your favorite songs. Now that all the activities are out of the way, it's time to dance, dance, dance. Now through the remainder of the evening, the DJ will keep people dancing, whether it's fast or slow. The DJ will do this by do what was called ramping up. Since you have older folks and younger children at your reception, the DJ will make them their focus to start out with. That way, if people with children are leaving to put them to bed or having people pick them up, they are at least able to dance with their children before that happens. Older folks love weddings because it's an opportunity to dance with that significant other to their favorite melody. You don't play a lot of this music, but you dabble in each category enough to satisfy your diverse crowd. So music such as the hokey pokey, chicken dance, 50s and 60s, swing music, waltz, polka is played here. Moving to country, 70s and 80s, and then your line dances such as electric slide and Cupid shuffle and Casper slide and maybe any other country line dances. People seem to be very confused as to what is referred to as rap music. We don't play rap music at weddings. Rap music are usually stories put into fast words with some violent nature and contains a lot of vulgarity. Rap artists include people like Coolio and Daddy Yankee and Soulja Boy and Snoop Dogg. This may be good music for a club, but this is not good music for a wedding. Hip-hop is today's rock and roll. Back in the 70s and 80s, we had Ricky James, Gap Band, George Clinton, and Bob Seger, and all this music made us move our feet. Today's rock and roll is Pink, Eminem, Akon, Lady Gaga, and they put dance beats in their music that makes you want to move your feet. Bottom line is, we try to avoid playing what I call listening music. It's good music, and some of it is great music, but it doesn't make you move your feet. We don't want you to sit there and listen to music. You can do that home on the radio. Our job is to create energy in the room. Yes, there will be times when no matter what we do, we cannot get people out on the floor. Our observations of this type of situation is when it's a dry wedding, meaning there's no alcohol, or when it's just the personality of the wedding crowd. That we have no control of, but we try to work with it when we're faced with it. When the end of the night comes to a closing and guests are leaving, your DJ will announce the last song of the night, wish everyone a safe trip home, play that song you chose, and then shut down. Now the next video will cover the disasters that could be headed off at your reception.